Alright, okay, that time there was some movie magic, a little cheating, a little lubrication. I unscrewed the rubber shield deflector dingus. It's a little chewy, and it is harder than stone. However, I'm just going to turn it over so it has a new piece of stone to bite into when the shield slams. And we got the bearing housing. Oh, here it comes, here it comes. Got to catch all the screws. Catch all the screws. It's got that cementite. It's a little softer, a little more moist in here, but it's still gritty. It is all get out. Of course, this was the bearing surface for that bushing that was equally gritty. So I'm gonna give them a good cleaning, and then once I've removed all that grit, they'll rattle around like a hot dog in a hallway, because it's all been polished out. Yeah, I got some. Okay, I got some live pasty grease. You know, maybe somebody was just overzealous here, because look at this nice shiny bearing heaping with grease. Somebody may have thought they were doing us a favor and replaced the bearing or re-greased the bearing. You know, 50 years later, I see J.A. Pan written here. I don't yet see another identifier. Oh, 6. I got a 6. Hold on. Contact. I've got, can we see this? 6203 NSL Japan. Nachi? Notch? N-A-C-H-I? So, yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm not a bearing expert. I'll leave that up to somebody with more fingers free to Google. Could be me shortly later. I see another bearing down there for our worm. Oh, let's attack the housing. I got 4 big pre-squared, rounded Phillips Robertson Securatorx, whatever they used to be. So let me fight with one of these things on guard. Oh boy. Alright, I got the old click OK to terminate again. Sorry about that. The Android ain't what she used to be. So, got a little closer. Maybe I can see the camera and what I'm doing at the same time. I didn't want to, you know, cut off your view, but maybe you can see better at least the good stuff. This is just such a big tool. I wouldn't couldn't get it framed the way I wanted. So I can see that we done yoinked the shield right out of the bearing down there. Of course, that means it was probably loose before we took it apart. And it looks pretty gritty, the ball bearing. You know, we're talking about the new one had a rubber O-ring and the bearing was on the shaft. I theorize it has nothing to do with vibration dampening and everything to do with the fact that it is damn near impossible to replace that bearing. If you can't get it out and you got all this distance, you know, you got a good 5 inches or so, that's what he said, to get to this bearing, and it's tiny. Can't get your hand in there, so how does one pull that bearing? Well, I got a drawer full of bearing-related devices, and none of them will get down there. Maybe I'll try some kind of dental pick and hope it's loose, but I'll have to play with that for a while. You don't want to see that business. All right, so the other stuff. Come on, Seabiscuit. Oh, she's tight. Okay. Something else has got me here. Oh, this is nice and fluid, though. Bet she goes real fast without any juice in her. Alright, so I got 3, 4, 115 volts, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1, 2. So we got, do you call those poles? 16 poles. 115, 27, 182 SWS. Geez. I'm trying to figure out how the balance works on this. And I think I've gotten it. So that is the only spot I see that's different. There's a piece of copper wedged up under the lip of this guy and just peened over with what looks like a screwdriver to hold this. So they actually added mass. So our commutators, it's nice and blackened with our probably chalk soft, not quite, whatever they were, brushes. It seems standard to me. I don't know if they were soft or hard. Metal fan blade, just like the new one. Check this out. I noticed this on the new one too, but the new one was a little cleaner. Somebody's taken a nibble or square bite out of the fan. That is balance. So we balance the fan. Well, the relation to that has nothing to do with this guy. Say like 120 degrees or something. So I'm thinking that the fan was maybe spun balanced on its own. I don't know. And I don't... You got me right here. This... Oh, that's metal. Okay, it's just so dirty. I thought it was leather, but it's coming off. Yeah, so some kind of metal support for the fan. The windings are... I don't know. It's like a... Like maybe it was some kind of dipped wax paper and string. It's wound with string. Can you see this guy right here? Yeah, so they secured the ends with a piece of string and some paper, and they dipped it. And the wires are so stiff, even the ones that are standing out in the air, I can't flex them with my fingertip without killing it. So I can see all the slime pasted all over the inside of this guy. So I have to figure out how the heck this thing comes apart. Ugh. Oh, you know what? Duh. I'm gonna have to get the gear out of the worm, probably. Although, this was so damn convenient. If I didn't want to take it all the way apart, I would have stopped there.